Well, we have been joined by Mr. Girish Wagh. He's the MD and CEO of Tata Motors CV. So many thanks for speaking to NDTV Profit. Today is a big day for the company because after the stock market bifurcation happened, today is a big launch. You have launched various trucks from different categories. Could you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so as you rightly said, indeed it is a big day because we have launched today 18 new trucks with 2 new generation engines and also our new iMove, that is modular electric vehicle architecture. So 17 new trucks, and they are in the themes of profitability, which is based on improved payload with a very innovative suspension design. The second theme is about improved fuel efficiency through a lot of work being done on engine thermodynamics and aerodynamics of the vehicle. And then we also have the entire range of cabin trucks being upgraded to meet the European R2903 safety regulations, which we are doing proactively to improve the survival space for drivers in case of an unfortunate accident. Then behind me you see the next generation Azura platform for intermediate light and medium commercial vehicles. And then as we go ahead, we also have the electric trucks launched from 7 ton to 55 ton. So a complete range of trucks, and as you rightly said in the beginning, is a very important day. And I think we are looking at this range to help us leverage the momentum that has been seen in the commercial vehicle industry since the rollout of GST 2.0.
So I was about to come to that, only that we have seen that after the GST 2.0 cut has happened, all the entire auto industry is seeing good sales. So was that one of the reasons why we are seeing such a big launch today? And what is your outlook on the demand?
See, of course, that indeed is one of the reasons that we wanted to leverage this uptick in demand. But at the same time, I must say that I think the work on this has been going on for almost 3 years, and it's culmination of a lot of work being done by our teams over the last 3 years. I think we are seriously looking forward to continued optimism in demand as we go ahead, as is something that we have already said. And I must say that not only GST 2.0, which has certainly helped improve the consumption and therefore availability of freight. At the same time, we've also seen an uptick in infrastructure activity leading to improved demand for the tippers also.
So like you mentioned that many of these trucks are also compliant with the European standards. So what is the export strategy that you have behind in your mind regarding all of this?
See, as far as our international business is concerned, I think this year has been a very good year, and we have till now seen around 60% growth on a year-on-year basis. And we are focusing on the SAARC markets, then it is Middle East, North Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa. So I think these continue to be our focus areas. And with the kind of range that we have introduced today, I think yes, it makes our product range even in the international markets being very, very competitive. And as I said, both electric as well as ICE portfolio is on a modular architecture with which we can also take it into the international markets.
So now talking about the e-trucks, we're just standing, just in front of this e-truck. The major the major anxiety that any individual has as far as electric vehicles is concerned is the range. And we are seeing that the EV infrastructure for passenger vehicles is slowly going up in a slow pace. But what about the trucks? So what have you done to ensure that people that are buying e-trucks, they don't feel any kind of anxiety when it comes to the range?
I think that's a very good question. And see, these trucks behind me are under development for almost last 3 years. And if I may say that they have been co-developed with the customers. So in end-use segments like steel, cement, chemicals, e-commerce, I think we have been working with those customers. And these trucks have already been running in the customers' operating cycles for almost 9 months. Cumulative, they have covered more than 350,000 kilometers. So we have taken into consideration all the requirements of customers and accordingly given size of the battery, charging infrastructure, financing schemes to ensure that we provide a complete ecosystem solution and therefore help our shippers to enable their decarbonization journey.
So what sort of sales are you expecting from the EV segment?
I think with the launch of these vehicles, as also the support from the government in terms of PM E-Drive as well as the PLI incentives, I am looking forward to the sales of electric trucks actually grow multifold with the range that has been launched from Tata Motors side.
So talking about the business now, since you said that there is a great demand after GST 2.0, will this financial year will be like a blockbuster year for Tata Motors CV in terms of sales?
So, I would also like to be in the same boat as you and believe on that. But I must say that I think this year, up to the end of H1, I think the industry had actually degrown. But since the announcement of GST 2.0, yes, the industry has picked up, and it is across the segments. Heavy commercial vehicles have grown well, so has ILMCV and the small commercial vehicles. So we are looking forward to even this quarter with a lot of optimism.
So just last couple of few questions. We are seeing that India is involved in free trade agreements with a lot of countries. We are also in talks with EU, and we are expecting that it will get fast-tracked in the coming few days. India is also in bilateral talks with the US. How do you look at these FTAs, and what sort of benefit do you see for Tata Motors CV for these FTAs?
See, as we said earlier, I think the product range that we now have is something that can also be taken into international markets. And these free trade agreements will anyway therefore help to lower the tariff barriers, and we can therefore access more markets with a more competitive position. So we are in fact looking forward to it.
So very lastly, we are just a few weeks away from the union budget. What are your expectations from the commercial vehicle market point of view?
See, as I said, I think the commercial vehicle demand and especially within that the freight availability in billion ton kilometers is very closely linked to the GDP growth, and therefore we would wish that the GDP continues to grow at this rate, and therefore I think whatever government has done in terms of boosting consumption with GST 2.0 is a very good step. Similarly, the work which is happening in infrastructure is also helping boost the demand. Beyond that, I would say that I think the PME Drive scheme, which has been very good to promote electrification of trucks and buses, should continue. And specifically, I think in the last update, the N1 category, which is the small commercial vehicles, were missed from PME Drive. So our request would be to ensure that those are also included in the scheme.
Many thanks for speaking to NDTV Profit, and all the best for the new launch, sir. It's a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much, sir.